Sie hören jetzt Stephan Voss. Ist hier
And
mit
now
seinem
you will
Hauptamt.
hear Stephan Voss. Stephan, please come on stage. He comes from the Alice Salomon Hochschule Berlin. For many years he was the managing director of the Commission Against Violence in Berlin. And now on a side profession sounds like money, but no, he does this voluntarily. He works for us as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, all of us know that violence means a lot of suffering for the people affected. It hurts the body, the health and the mind. Consequences are very often grave and long-lasting. Violence is infringing human rights, children's rights and basic and fundamental rights. We also know less violence means more security, more health, more well-being and more respect. This leads to increased quality of life and improved relations between the people, the genders and the generations. Over the last 25 to 30 years, a lot has been done in order to reduce the level of violence, and with some success so. For example, in the field of domestic and sexualized violence, in child protection and violence in education, to only name a few. But can we really be happy with what we have achieved so far? Have politicians, have the different German national governments done whatever is necessary and possible in order to reduce violence as far as possible and to protect us and our children from violence? The results of the Berlin Symposium, 25 years of violence prevention in a reunited Germany, stock-taking and perspective, which in the year 2016 was jointly drawn up by a high number of experts, have shown that this has not been the case. To put it to the point, we are lacking an actual cross-institutional approach and binding and sustainable approach to violence prevention on all levels. So, violence prevention in Germany is not based on a sturdy foundation, neither structurally nor financially, and certainly not in the context of the legal framework. Ladies and gentlemen, this has to change, and it can change. If politicians are looking into the future and proactive, and at the same time pursuing a sustainable prevention approach which focuses on preventing violence from emerging in the first place. Such a political approach is, as all of us believe, is anything but anything you can take for granted. So we, as an initiative for violence prevention in the whole of society, have brought different experts from different fields of violence prevention together, and we together have come up with the Neuköllner Declaration of Security, Health, Respectful Cooperation, More Quality of Life based on sustainable violence prevention. And with this declaration, we call upon politicians to change their course of action. We call upon them to quickly develop a strategy and a concrete action plan for a sustainable violent prevention for the whole of society, to initiate such an action concept and to step by step implement it together with the sustainable development goals. And we also call upon them to create a forum which representatives of the national and the state levels, as well as representatives of civil society and science, and to create a suitable structure or maybe expand an already existing structure and to put the necessary funding at this disposal. Certainly, we know that only such a declaration will not lead to a change in policies. However, we need to take the necessary steps. We jointly and diversity need to work for a good foundation for violence prevention in Germany, because such a foundation will not be created by itself and without our commitment for it. A first important step in this context from our perspective would for us be if with this Neukölln declaration we would set a clear signal for the implementation of a sustainable violence prevention on in the whole society, and if we would send such a signal towards the German government. So please, once again, look into this Neukölln declaration and support it with your signatures. Nearly 200 people have already signed it, and it would be great if we got so many more signatures for it. We will then, in a suitable way, pass this declaration on to the German government. Unfortunately, today we haven't had the possibility of doing this. Some of you will also find this declaration on the seats in this room. You will also find it in the conference kit when you checked in at this Congress, at the Congress on Prevention, the DPD. You can simply sign it in the internet at www.gewalt-prävention.info.